Today's date is May 16th, 2015. My name is Leslie Williams. You'll understand while I'm making this video as you continue to listen. What I'm doing is I'm attempting to lighten the load concerning how much stuff that I have to carry in my duffel bag every day, because it's killing me physically. It's wearing me down. Now, let me just take off this flannel that I got on real fast. I'm already almost there, so just hold on. Almost there. Set it down. Now, I'm a gang stalking victim in La Jolla, California, which is in San Diego County, and I've been made homeless because of it. Now, you can go to Google and type in how this crime also goes by the name of organized stalking. I'm going to talk fast in this video because I want to be able to condense a lot of details in a short amount of time, so just bear with me, okay? And I apologize, I have to talk so fast. Now, this right here, when you look at it, this right here, this is the front of the tent. There's the zipper to it. That's the part you crawl into the tent, okay? And here's the zipper here. Clearly see there's the zipper there. These are the tent pole holes that you put the tent poles in, okay? Alright? And let me get this over there. Because it's my intention to approach you. This tent is in my possession, okay? This is under the tent pole support right here, okay? I believe that this is the Ozark Trail tent. If memory serves me correctly, that's what was featured. I bought it off of Walmart.com and then picked it up at the Walmart store off of Shawline Road a couple months ago. And I use it periodically when I need to camp at a spot where I want to stay real low. This is one of those tents that's not that it's not that tall. It's only like, I think, 4 feet tall, and I think it's like 7 feet long. Okay, but the point, or 6 feet long, I'm not sure. I forgot the diameter of the tent. Now these right here, this is the tents. This type of tent has only got one tent sleeve for the main pole to go in, and then these little gadgets right here attach on the Y shape of the other end of the pole, and then those parts of the poles go in here. You'll understand why I'm making this video in a second. I had already had this bagged up, and then I was gonna put it in the area that I created today, but then I thought to myself, well, hold on, let's see if you hear gang stalk being said. Oh my God. It's how the intention is. Let me know I'm being gang stalked. It's repeating words and phrases along my routes every day, so just go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman exposes flat-out evidence of gang stalking," and you'll see videos online of audio files of it being said, even after I predicted it would be said. Now what I'm doing is I'm proving to you that this is a tent, because once I get done making this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up, and then I'm going to place it in these 2 plastic bags and 2 brown grocery store bags. And then I'm going to wrap this up in a black organization sheet. In a black garbage bag. And I'm going to place them in this hole that I created. See this hole I created? Okay. This is a hole. Okay. And there's the dirt the hole came out of. And then once I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dirt back over the hole, and then I'm going to, once I put the tent in the bags, I'm going to put the tent and the poles in the hole. I'm going to take a video picture of it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show that I'm covering it up with dirt, stepping on it to pat the dirt down. And the reason why I'm doing this is 2 reasons. I'm constantly physically wearing myself out by carrying a bunch of stuff with me. Okay? Absolutely. This is one of my backup tents. Okay? It's airing out. It's rained 2 days ago, 2 days in a row. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because as a result of being a gang stalking victim, I've been made homeless. Okay, that's all over the internet, that's a method of organized stalking, gang stalking, just Google it. So I got tired of being evicted, having my rent stolen as a result of being a victim of this crime, so I decided to go camping. Okay, I'm being gang stalked along all my routes and in my hiking areas, which are my camping areas. So what I'm doing is developing a bunch of different camping areas and leaving property at each one, so I don't have to constantly be carrying stuff from camping area to camping area to camping area to camping area. Now, in Michigan, go to Google right now and type in interstate stalking and gang stalking. Interstate stalking and organized stalking. Organized stalking and gang stalking is the same exact crime, it just goes by multiple different names. Okay, when you research that, you'll see that a target individual is stalked from state to state to state to state. When I was being gang stalked in Michigan, one time I hid $500, okay, of United States Postal Service money orders, okay, in a hole in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And a week later, when I went back to go get them, they were gone. That happened on Friday the 13th. I believe it happened it was either June, July, or August of 2008. Absolutely. Okay, hold on a second. Also, on a separate occasion, in another suburb of Michigan, I created a hole in a wooded area, and I put my driver's license in a plastic bag. Okay, I dug a hole with a spoon that I bought at a thrift store, and I went down in this wooded area and took some water with me. I put the water on the dirt to soften the dirt up. I took the spoon out, and I dug the hole really fast. I had just got off a bus, okay? And I dug the hole by putting the water on the dirt, using the spoon to dig the hole, put the driver's license in a plastic bag, put the driver's license then in the hole, covered it up, and left. 2 weeks later, when I went back to go get it, guess what? They had taken it out of the hole, okay, and propped it up on the ground like you would prop up a picture on a fireplace mantle or on a piano. And they did that so I would intentionally, it was their way to intentionally let me know that they tracked me and stalked me to that area and watched what I did. And then when I left, they dug it up and propped up the license to be right on the very spot that it was dug at. They even went as far as putting the dirt back in the hole. Now, you might think to yourself, well, since they've done this, why am I doing this? Because I'm risking it. The reason why I am risking it is because it's wearing me out carrying so much stuff. Now, I'm a Christian woman. I've been in San Diego now for since August 8, 2011. Today's date is May 16, 2015. I got hundreds and hundreds of videos all over the internet. You do not hear me once saying that they came to any hiking area and dug up any property of mine and stole it. Even though they could have, I haven't went back to a couple of them yet. But I'm going to be going back to those within the next 35 days. And believe me, I'll make a video. I'll make a video about that if they do. But let me just put it to you this way: 2 hiking areas ago, you know what I was doing? When I would wake up in the morning, I would put my pajamas and my sleeping bags in a big gigantic black duffel bag and put them in a hole that was over 3.5 feet deep. Okay, and then I would cover the hole up with a big piece of it was like a piece of plywood, and then put the plywood over the mouth of the hole, and then put dirt and leaves on top of that, so I wouldn't have to come home every day and worry about my property being stolen. So you know what they were doing? They were going into the property and refolding my clothes in ways that I would never fold it. Okay. Like, say if I put my pajamas on the bottom and then put the sleeping bags on the top of the bag, they would go in and reorientate the way the things were packed. They would also, because sometimes I would reinforce, I would use more than one black garbage bag to put this stuff in. You know what they would do? They would, one time I was using a blue bag and putting the blue bag inside the black bag. I would come home and the blue bag would be on the outside and the black bag would be on the inside, on top of all the clothes being reorientated, refolded, and other things put inside the bags in ways that I would never would do it. Okay, if I come back to this area on any day and come to unearth, to dig up the tent and it's gone, or shredded or cut up, it'll be them. Now, the reason why I say I'm a Christian woman and I got hundreds of videos online, none of those videos ever show me talking. Some of those videos show me talking about what they did at that hiking area 2 hiking areas ago in reference to, I think I made a video about that. I know I made statements in my tape recorder about it. But anyways, out of all my hundreds of videos, I've never stated that they've dug up any property here in California. So we're going to see if they do it. And this friggin' tent It cost, with tax cost close to 40, I think something like $44. Okay, and did law enforcement recently steal over $175 worth of property? Go to Google and type in law enforcement, California, gang stalking. Huh? Just do it. Huh? They don't give a shit. They're criminal animals. They're criminal whores. They fucking, excuse my language, but they create the homelessness. And then they steal everything you got over time. So you had nothing to depend on, so you gotta run to the places that they can influence and or control or directly own. Okay? From behind the scenes. Churches, charities, self-help groups, homeless shelters. The San Diego Homeless Rescue Mission is absolutely involved in gang stalking. And you know what they'll say? You know what they'll say if I ever have to admit it in court or they try to use this video against me? They'll say Miss Williams is implicating that a well-known, very respected a homeless service that has helped hundreds of people, if not thousands, get off their feet and help get them back on their feet. It's claiming that they're involved in gang stalking. I already know for a fact they are. And it doesn't matter how much a bunch of lying criminal whores will lie about it in court or on any type of documentation, okay? Or how a prosecutor or even them will deny it and call me crazy concerning it, which is a method of gang stalking. Calling a target crazy or delusional or bipolar or schizophrenic is all over the internet in reference to that being a method of gang stalking. It's organized crime in a system at every level. Social services, police, firefighters, judges, lawyers, doctors, nurses, county mental health, you name it. It's a syndicate, okay? And that's why they create the homelessness to eventually exploit the target. So go to Google, in closing, go to Google and type in UCSD and Law Library are the networking gang stalking. Now they've hacked into that blog and have placed a couple things in there that I would never post. So what you want to do is pay attention to the Michigan blogs that have been connected to that blog, copied and pasted Michigan URL blogs. Some blogs are made in Michigan. Their blogs URL addresses have been pasted in that blog. Then what you want to do is what you're mainly looking for is the evidence of how I'm being gang stalked and how it's almost directly, completely similar to a lot of the harassment that was blogged about in Michigan before I came to San Diego. In other words, 98% of the harassment I'm dealing with here in San Diego is identical to the Michigan harassment, and it's been caught on over 1,000 audio files. Okay? And at least 70 to 80 of those videos are in that blog. So that's what you want to pay attention to. The evidence, what the evidence is, and its connection, and the San Diego evidence and the Yucca Valley, California evidence, and how it's connected to the same type of evidence that was concerning what I dealt with in Michigan. Okay? That's what you want to do. And you'll indisputably in your face see that I'm a victim of this crime. Understand, I've had a national radio shows exposing the fact that I'm a victim of this crime. And what I exposed on that radio show concerning what was happening to me, about how I was being verbally harassed in my hiking areas and along my routes, was caught on audio file before I called that show. They were covering gang stalking that night. It was caught after it. It was caught yesterday. Okay, so after I get done making this video, I'm gonna fold this tent up, rubber band it, bag it up to weatherize it, okay, and then I'm gonna place it. It's gonna be placed in these two clear bags, and then it's gonna be placed in this bag here, and then this is gonna be wrapped up in a black garbage bag. Okay, so the only way that they could steal this to get away with stealing it is by knowing that it's dug here. Even if law enforcement comes up here and arrests me, tickets me, or tells me to move, or any other event psychologically motivates me to move, they would still have to know that this was buried here. That shows actual literal criminal intent and surveillance. Okay, I gotta go. Today's date, May 15, 2015, and this tent will only be dug up by me only if I have to use it. Period. And then what's also going to be eventually buried, right now it's just going to be hidden out of sight, is a big gigantic piece of weatherization sheet, black, that covers this tent completely. Okay, I didn't think about creating a hole for that this morning before I started this, or I would have already done it. Okay, so alright, my name is Leslie Williams. This is RR Colony 5-1D. That is a code notation that accurately describes this geographical location, the property. Okay, and I have left my mark on a tree. Okay, that same mark has been included in some of my tweets, so it proves that this is an area of mine. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. If you follow and do what I say in this video, you will indisputably be able to witness before your eyes that this crime is happening to me. In closing, go to Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Flat-Out Evidence of Gang Stalking." Learning Disabled Woman Exposes the San Diego Police. Also go to Google and type that in and research how police are involved in gang stalking. Oh, this video applies. This video applies whether I take the 10 out and use it and then put it back in. Okay? But this video applies for as long as I'm using this hoe. Okay? That's right. For as long as I'm using it. And we're gonna see if it's stolen. Because think about this. How would they fucking know that I'm burying it? To go to this very spot and look it up. Okay? I'm not showing any of the immediate landscape where this hole's at. I'm only showing you the hole. But I do guarantee you right now, there is a marking on a tree very close by. Now they can always say, well, you dug it up and took it with you and lost it. Bullshit. Because I tell the truth. I tell the truth. No matter what anybody says, believes, okay? Or says, well, she could be lying. It doesn't matter. I tell the truth. Period.